on to, let me switch. This is my first transition ever.
First live switch.
Switch to 2020 MLB Sabermetrics.
Dude, what are you drinking again for the viewers? Because I honestly blacked out what you said you were drinking. It's not fancy though.
Exciting times. It's easy to black out. I am drinking an aged gin from Batch 206. It's a distillery in Interbay. Super cool. Super cool place.
How long did you age it for?
Nah, it's aged in whiskey barrels for a couple years, so it's like the gin flavor with some oakiness.
Okay.
All right, dude.
Tight.
2020 MLB Sabermetrics. What do we got?
Dude, honestly, I got very little. Just complete. No, I mean, I only started looking at 2020 numbers pretty recently, which is why I kind of posted about it a little bit on Twitter. I've been meaning to look at it before. I mean, most of this is not news to anybody really clued in on just sabermetrics or MLB data in general. MLB AM switched over to Hawkeye, which tracks things, much more accurately than TrackMan. TrackMan uses LiDAR. Hawkeye's also optical, and they had a bunch of kind of working quirks initially. This is like I said, it's like either a poorly kept secret or not even a secret at all. But Hawkeye, like the last couple months, did have trouble with like pitch classifications. There'd be some insane exit velo readings, like distances. Like someone would homer and say like 40 feet. Just stuff like that, which is natural of any technology, like software, hardware, baseball, non-baseball, whatever. But the issue was that it was still a persistent issue, like leading up to, the season, like the games before the season, there was still consistently read a bunch of whack stuff. But by all accounts, and again, like I don't even have access to the most updated stuff as I don't work for a pro team. But by all accounts, the Hawkeye has really gotten their shit together for the start of the season. I'm assuming they were kind of playing it a little bit close on time, pushing the latest releases. But it's not only like kind of replicated in its first year of implementation, like already have lower errors than like TrackMan did, but also obviously the new it tracks way more batted balls than TrackMan ever did.
Oh, just like TrackMan just missed batted balls.
Yeah. So again, this is like something that I think most people that are in sabermetrics know, and I've posted a couple links. If you remember, I shouted out one of the all-time classic sabermetric articles of the last couple of years, in my opinion, accounting for the no null solution, which talks about posted on Hardball Times. Honestly, I'm slightly blanking on who it is. I thought it was Perpetua, but it might not be Perpetua. So. Yo, my bad, dog. Oh, no. Okay, whatever. But anyways, like TrackMan instead imputes a bunch of formulas combining EV and LA. So it'll be like a solid chunk of ground balls, fly balls, and line drives. They'll just it'll get missed by the LiDAR system. And they would just be like, okay, that's a ground ball around that angle. So we're going to call it like -12 launch angle, 78 EV. And just lump it in. So when you'd pull the whole slew of StatCast data, you'd find like 240 occurrences, just kind of like a placeholder number, but like quite a few of like one specific combination. And like, if you think about how rare that is and two continuous metrics, launch angle and EV, to have like for there to be 200 plus combos of the exact same combination, you know what I mean? It was like, that's like one way to kind of get a table of like a frequency table, so to speak, and then you look at that and go, okay, so they're obviously imputing that. That's just a hard-coded numbers they throw in. So Hawkeye doesn't do that. And
what do they do with their missing values then? Do they just like not have a value?
I don't know how many missing values they have, to be honest. I haven't, like if they do a smaller version of that, then I've yet to catch up, catch onto it. Like I would probably take a look at it in a couple of weeks, because we still have only a couple of weeks of MLB data. Mm-hmm. But I think, again, I don't have a number for this. I think this is probably like an easily Googleable number that I probably should have Googled before this. But the vast majority of balls TrackMan wouldn't track, Hawkeye does. So that's kind of like thrown off a little bit most people's, kind of even like over like if you plotted the EV distribution of TrackMan balls and Hawkeye, like I think Hawkeye, people are hitting the ball a little bit slightly less hard, and I think that builds into all the BABIP talk that people have been talking about. But it's hard to really adjust for that, like tell how much of that difference is really due to technology, because some of it is for sure, right? Some of it's for sure. People are hitting on average slightly less hard, probably not because the MLB hitter population has gone that much worse, probably just because the balls TrackMan weren't tracking. They were giving them too generous of EV readings. Hawkeye's accurately reading them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Hawkeye's accurately reading them. Then the like expected WOBA is going to be going down because like, oh, okay, we thought all those like, 5 balls to right field are actually like 97. They're actually on average like 95.5. Subtle stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like given how many more balls Hawkeye tracks that TrackMan doesn't, that's an issue. I think still a couple of pitch type classification quirks. The velo is run hot on a few people. I know there's a Baseball Prospectus article that's talking about DeGrom consistently over 100. Probably not throwing quite that hard, but overall, I mean, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just finally re-getting my feet wet in 2020 Sabermetrics and have Hawkeye going on. But I've been really, really pleased with not only because like I said, I don't have like the best opinion on it, given analysts working with the team data on a day-to-day basis.